morning. Friday, September 12th. Ugh, 2025. I'm Larissa. My video diary. Time has come to drink from skulls. Yep, here we are. So, today concludes the last day of work on the property here. And, well, it's an ongoing process. It's just a matter of what Omar and I can afford, at one time. So we schedule work. We schedule work quarterly, and it's, uh, so it's what we can do, what the guys can do, and they always give me 110% when they're here. So it's like I never have concerns of well, you just want more money out of me or whatever. Like they work so hard. This crew that has been coming out here now for so many years. Really good guys. Really good guys. Really, really, really good guys. So, oh my gosh, they've done so much work. They've done so much work. And today's the last day. So, oh, hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing, how this structure that they're putting in affects or changes the any runoff and absorption and erosion during the rainy season. So this first season after the structure goes in will really dictate the direction of future work. So we will see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but it's really exciting. So yeah. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. And I wrote two more chapters in my new novel yesterday, and it's a pretty good novel. I think I'm gonna be able to wrap it up in one more chapter. I do. So I was talking to Omar about it last night. There's a couple ways to go, but I'm not gonna know for sure until I start, hearing what the characters have to say, huh? Yeah. Anyway, this morning, watching, man on the street interviews in Russia, um, people being asked about the war, and it's interesting because there's like the canned, "Oh, I'm a patriot of Russia" answer, right? Like, but what's different about hearing those people talk like that and hearing MAGA lunatics over here in the United States, there's no leader worship over there, right? It's kind of this I don't know, scripted response of, oh, if anybody asks about the government, this is what you have to say. And then but there's no like, oh, and Putin's great and Putin's this and Putin's that. Like when you talk to the MAGA people over here, they are so Donald Trump dick sucking, like it's disgusting. It's gross. So there's none of that with the Russian people that I saw in any of these interviews, and so that's very telling. And then there was an interview with a guy who was very frank. It was a different channel that I saw. He was and he was saying, oh, like people don't criticize the government or government policies in Russia because they're afraid of being arrested and worse. And he says, I've been in prison. He talks about being in prison for 3 years and 8 months in Russia. And, that for so many people in Russia, that's how the government coerces. They, false arrests, right? So you can't really trust anything that you hear on the street from Russian people. Ugh, in Russia, or even Russian nationals that are other places on the globe. because Russia is notorious for that, for going after people, right? So, I mean, it's just, there was one guy that they interviewed on the street in Russia who spoke a little more openly, and at the end of the interview, he kind of like sighed. He was an older man, and his response, like to me, sounded like, "Oh, what have I done?" It like I got the impression from him that he's like, "Oh, I'm old, whatever, come get me anyway," kind of thing. The Russian people, I believe, need to be liberated from the tyranny of their government, right? Every bit as much as the Ukrainian people do need to be liberated from the tyranny of the Russian government. Мой Боже. Мой Боже. Right? Mm. Ugh. Oh. And now there's news clips about Harry going over there to Ukraine again for another Greta Thunberg style PR stunt. Just he and his wife are disgusting. They are gross. Have they no shame? Have they no pride? Just, you know? Oh my oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. So Harry, what is your tie and to Ukraine? Brody, senor, you don't need in here, senor. Like what is your interest? Stick to fish and chips. Stick to your fish and chips and chicken wings, baby. Oh my god. There's something else. There's something else. They're gross. Really gross. Oh, and all this stink over Charlie Kirk. Like, I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know who he was as an individual. His media conglomerate I've been familiar with, and the work that he has promoted and propagated over the years is highly right wing propaganda. Um, as a third party American, and I'm currently unaffiliated with any specific political party, but I do consider myself as a third party um, person. And what does that mean? It means that I'm not aligned with either the left or the right. The GOP and the Dems have both screwed me royally, right? Um, both have done significant harm and continue to do significant harm um, to third party America. And so all this hullabaloo around this one person is nothing but a PR stunt and propagandist for the GOP. You know, we third party Americans are always caught in the crossfire of the left and right's civil war. And nobody gives a shit about casualty on ours from on our side, on our front, right? They prefer to stick to the narrative of 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 a two-sided conflict. And in the United States, that's not the case. Yeah. Third party Americans are a very large minority, right? We're significant. We're significant in size. Anyway, so I resent even having to give any kind of lip service or space in my brain to Charlie Kirk. I didn't know who the hell he was. Now I know. Now I got to know who this asshole is. I don't care. Like I think it sucks when anybody gets shot. You know, but there are people who are oppressed daily for political reasons, such as myself. You know, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm not a violent person. I don't commit violence. No, I don't. I don't condone violence of any kind. No, I don't. And I do not condone the exploitation of tragedy for the financial gain of the already obscenely wealthy. Yeah, Harry and Meghan. Yep. Mm. Anyway, anyway, so yesterday for lunch I did the baked fish and peppers and stuff, and it turned out, you know, and then some with beans instead of fish. Turned out really good. Today I'm doing stuffed sandwiches. My baked stuffed sandwiches. Yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Yep. And I'm gonna hopefully finish up that novel, finish up that last chapter, and then I'll be able to write the introduction and all that shite. The note from the author talking about writing the novel. Yeah. Anyway, so this is my ninth novel. This is my ninth novel. And Harry's tart can't even write one original thing. Harry, stay home. Keep your bitch out of trouble. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just so gross. So gross. Nothing to offer to improve the world. Like, if he truly cared about any of those veterans, he wouldn't need the fanfare and publicity of look at what I'm doing, right? His organization already has notoriety. His face doesn't bring them positive PR. So him going for these photo ops, oh, look at me hugging people. Look at me hugging all these people. They're so happy to see me. Right? Like that's personal ego. That has nothing to do with any kind of care for any cause. Sorry, not sorry. Ukraine's got enough bullshit to deal with. They don't need to have to worry about your fucking security detail, asshole. Go home. Oh my God. I am sorry, Mr. Zelensky. He is not an American. Just be grateful that his shitty wife didn't come with him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh, ridiculous. Ridiculous, redonkulous. All of it. All of it. Ugh. Anyway. Anyway. What are you gonna do?